If you guys would see each other, like, are you guys cool right now?
I mean, I would probably like hit him with a head nod. That's about it.
Oh.
We're both aware of the nature of his new situation, that there's just no room really for us to communicate or acknowledge each other publicly without it being spun into something crazy.
Swifties have been stirring drama, especially targeting Travis Kelce's ex Kayla Nicole, after Nicole was spotted with WNBA star Angel Reese. Swifties turned their frustration towards Reese as well, putting her on their enemy list. Reese's bold friendship with Nicole, along with defiant social media posts, only fueled the fire. Meanwhile, Travis Kelce, known for bending the rules, stays unfazed by the chaos. His brother Jason, on the other hand, added humor to the conversation by making an X-rated joke about being clothless in locker rooms, hilariously admitting my D is low on the totem pole. While discussing the awkwardness of reporters in player locker rooms, yep, lots to cover. Let's dive in. Swifties target Kelce x Travis. Kelce x Kayla Nicole recently opened up about the harsh online criticism she has faced from Taylor Swift's devoted fan base, known as Swifties, aka US. During an appearance on the Unapologetically Angel podcast with WNBA star Angel Reese, Nicole shared the emotional toll this negativity has taken on her mental health. Although she and Kelce ended their 5-year on and of relationship in 2022, Nicole explained that the public's interest in Kelce's new relationship with Swift has unfairly thrust her back into the spotlight. Despite moving on from the relationship, Nicole remains a target of hateful comments, with Swift's fans critiquing everything from her career to her worth. People are debating why I am worthless, why I have no career. It affects me even to this day, Nicole confessed, highlighting how damaging these remarks have been.
That attracts crazy people, and it's unfortunate because I've never done anything to warrant that kind of backlash. But
Ever get in a public relationship again, though?
I don't see myself doing that anytime soon. No.
Yeah.
People can't pick at what they don't know about. I don't want to deal with it ever again. And then too, like, if we break up, I don't have to deal with what that looks like.
I know. For sports analysts, you still have to kind of talk about him. I saw your little Monday night thing.
Yeah, yesterday. That was a thing too. To think that I'm not going to talk about the #1 team in the NFL. Which
Is it?
And
I feel like you're professional though. Like, you keep it professional, but they're gonna blow it up. And if you guys would see each other, like, are you guys cool right now?
I mean, I would probably like hit him with a head nod. That's about it.
Oh, okay.
We're both aware of the nature of his new situation, that there's just no room really for us to communicate or acknowledge each other publicly without it being spun into something crazy.
Nicole expressed her confusion.
Nicole expressed her confusion over the intense scrutiny, pointing to the level of fame that attracts crazy people as the root of the backlash. She clarified that she hasn't done anything to deserve this hate, but feels that being connected to Kelce and indirectly Swift has made her a target. The relationship, though long over, resurfaces in media conversations, particularly now with Kelce's high-profile romance. Nicole addressed rumors that have followed her since her time with Kelce, specifically one that claimed Kelce was cheap during their relationship. Nicole firmly shut down this claim, expressing bewilderment over how it became a topic of discussion in the first place. It was never an issue, she said, attempting to lay the rumor to rest. Although Nicole and Kelce remain on civil terms, she acknowledged that they avoid any form of public interaction to prevent further rumors from swirling. There's just no room for us to communicate without it being spun into something crazy, Nicole stated, emphasizing how the public's perception has unnecessarily complicated her personal life. Her interview offered a candid look into the harsh realities of fame and the challenges of moving on from a high-profile relationship. While navigating online hate, Reese joins the train. The hate list only gets longer. Angel Reese, a rising star in the WNBA, has also found herself on the bad side of Taylor's fan base after her recent interaction with Kayla Nicole during a night out at the United Center in Chicago. For a wild and out performance, Reese and Nicole were spotted having a great time together, which didn't sit well with Swift's loyal followers. Swifties, already upset with Nicole due to her past relationship with Kelce, interpreted Reese's actions as a direct defiance against Swift. Reese, who plays for the Chicago Sky, further added fuel to the fire by inviting Nicole onto her podcast. As we just mentioned, the pair's growing friendship, coupled with Reese's confident and carefree attitude, stirred even more anger among Swift's fans. Shared photos from their night out, which only intensified the negative reactions from Swift's passionate supporters. Fans bombarded Reese's social media accounts with critical comments accusing her of siding with Nicole and subtly challenging Swift's fan base. Despite this online uproar appears undeterred, she has continued to maintain her friendship with Nicole and seems unfazed by the Swifties' disapproval. The backlash from Swifties showcases just how fiercely protective they are of their favorite pop star, especially when it comes to anyone associated with her partner's past relationships. Kayla Nicole has been on the receiving end of relentless criticism ever since Swift and Kelce's relationship became public, and now Reese's public support for Nicole has drawn her into the mess. Swifties are notorious for their unwavering loyalty and don't hesitate to go after those they perceive as threats to Swift's happiness or reputation. We dare you. Despite the chaos, Reese remains focused on her career and personal life. She continues to shine both in the sports world and the entertainment scene, carving out a unique place for herself beyond just basketball. Her defiance in the face of online backlash and her continued friendship with Nicole show her strength in staying true to herself even when faced with negativity from one of the most vocal fan bases in the world. Jason Kelce on Locker Room Access. Up ahead, Jason Kelce gave a humorous take on the NFL Player ERS Association's latest push to restrict media access to locker rooms. Traditionally, journalists have been allowed inside locker rooms after games and practices, which sometimes leads to awkward situations with players who are still changing. Wants to change this by having reporters wait outside the locker room, where players can meet them for interviews. Kelce, known for his candid humor, didn't seem too bothered by the old practice. He joked, "It's a little weird that people are in there. If you want to look at it, go for it, be my guest." His lighthearted comments played off the awkwardness that players often feel with reporters being around when they're undressing. However, the proposal to ban journalists from the locker room sparked some debate. Journalists argue that locker room access helps them provide more authentic stories and build closer relationships with players. They fear that the new restrictions will create a more sterile environment, limiting their ability to capture the raw emotions and interactions that happen right after a game. While Kelce downplayed the importance of locker room access, the issue raises questions about how much access the media should have to players in these private moments and whether it will impact the quality of post-game coverage.
So he's been very healthy throughout his career. Everything he does and everything really our family does is very much out there. Yeah, exactly. I mean, now he's enjoying his life very public, and that's just the nature of the way it is right now. This is a guy who's always found a way to show up in the peak physical shape. Sure. But he still keeps the main thing. Football has always been the most important thing in Trav's life. Optics are that he is all over the place, and that's not just optics, that's reality. He has always lived his life to the fullest. He has enjoyed his off seasons very much. Even before Taylor Swift, he is always going to find a way to make football the #1 priority. I know it's been a slow start for him. I know that the optics have certainly appeared that way. High on this between his relationship with his teammates in Reed and his legacy. So, hey, look at that now. She's got the part on right there. That looks good. I think it's only a matter of time before he gets back to me. Well, and I think
Taylor's Miami Eros tour. If you're a Swiftie in Florida, you might be worried that Hurricane Milton could interfere with your plans to see Taylor's Eras tour in Miami. Many fans were excited to catch her at Hard Rock Stadium for 3 nights next weekend. But some were even planning to take the Bright Line train from Orlando now that Hurricane Milton has swept through Florida and exited as a Category 1 storm. All eyes are on whether Taylor's concerts will be affected. The good news, as of now, all 3 of Taylor's Miami shows are still on the schedule. The storm has moved out and first responders are busy clearing debris and addressing the damage. Taylor, being the compassionate star she is, has pledged $5 million to support Hurricane Milton and Helen relief efforts. While her website and social media haven't issued any statements about the Miami concerts being canceled or postponed, fans are keeping a close watch. While it's possible the shows could still go on as planned, it's important to remember that Swift has canceled shows before due to unpredictable circumstances. For example, she rescheduled her 2023 shows in Rio de Janeiro and Buenos Aires due to extreme weather, and she even canceled some of her Vienna concerts in 2023 after a terror plot was uncovered. Given that Hurricane Milton is no longer directly affecting Florida, there's a strong chance the Miami concerts will proceed as planned. However, with hurricane season running until November, it's always wise to stay alert. As of now, Swifties can stay hopeful that their long-awaited weekend with Taylor will happen without a hitch. but the final decision could still depend on any lasting impact from the storm.
Taylor Swift, she made a hefty donation.
Taylor Swift donated $5 million to Feeding America in almost every city she takes a tour in America. It's quite sweet. And also, they were the beneficiaries of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively donating $1 million.
Travis Kelce's food fears okay, so Travis is getting fancy with his food thanks to Taylor, but don't think for a second that she's managed to get him past his aversion to poop-looking dishes. During the latest New Heights episode, he spilled the tea and some jokes on his food preferences, and honestly, it's a hilarious glimpse into the NFL star's less than adventurous palate. Apparently, Taylor's been broadening his culinary horizons with the help of some bougie spots like that Israeli hotspot in Philly's Ahav. But there's a limit. Travis refuses to touch anything that looks remotely like baby food, or worse, baby poop. Yep, that's right, if it's thick, mushy, or soupy, it's a no-go for him. Poor Taylor probably has her work cut out trying to sneak a bowl of jambalaya or Creole curry past him. He's not about that soupy rice life, dismissing it as pooey. I mean, it's not every day you hear an NFL star talk about food like that, but here we are. His brother Jason wasn't holding back either, roasting him for still judging food by color like a picky toddler. Travis did admit there's one trick to get him to eat chili, though just drown it in cheese. That seems to be the magic solution to overcoming his picky eating habits. And of course, we can't forget how Travis celebrated his milestone 35th birthday without Taylor. Cue the dramatic gasps. But hey, she did cheer him on during his game, so all is good in Swift Cali land minus the curry. So what do you think? Comment down below and let us know. If you like this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video I post. Updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.